my gorgeous, scrumptious, sparkly, delicious blue angel. Welcome to your tarot reading. This is going to be a little bit different. Today we're going to contact the spirits of the dead because, yes, because in my magical life, I am also a necromantress. Apart from doing straight tarot, I also use tarot to communicate with the spirits of the past on, with the spirits of the dead, the spirits beyond the veil. In my magical life, the veil is thin, boo. My life is very, let's just say it's very magical in here. So we're in Gibraltar, boo. We've been living here for a month, just over a month, and there's a lot of activity here. I have connected to a lot of spirits here. There's spirits, I mean, they kind of live here. I do invite spirits to live with me. So, you know, it's fine. It's not like they're uninvited or anything. They're all spirits who come with love and light. So today we're going to connect to anyone who wishes to speak with love and light and who wishes to be known and seen by the blue angels, and perhaps the little boo from the other side of the veil will have, you know, a little bit of advice to give to us, maybe to the blue angels, maybe even about love. I know I don't look like a necromancer, boo, but I am, trust. It's just something you're born with, I guess, you know. Okay, so... Okay, already cards flowing through. By the way, if you're new to the channel, welcome to Blue Angel Love Tarot. It's always a little bit extra here, but we're going to do more of these seance type readings. Some people will call it a seance, some people will call it mediumship. I do call it necromancy because that's just the tradition, esoterically, that I belong to. Okay. Okay, already someone is coming through. You got the Four of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups, and beneath the Knight there is the Ace of Swords. There's somebody wants to speak to us. It's about something that happened here in Gibraltar, where, you know, in this place, where to them that, you know, they've been holding on to it for a very long time. Maybe they couldn't convey the truth of a matter, the truth of a situation. So one thing to bear in mind with these places, I am someone who's very sensitive to the energies of a place, and I very much connect to the spirits of a place. So, you know, I know there's a lot of souls here who do want to communicate. They do have stories to tell. There's been so many sieges and wars here. It's just been one, you know, siege after another since basically, like, you know, since 2,000 years ago. So a lot has been going on. Even the Neanderthals made it here. So it's just been like, not that they were like particularly violent, but it's just, you know, everyone's been here kind of thing. It's the edge of the world. It's a very liminal magical space too. And the energy, despite all the violence, is actually quite beautiful and quite mystical. So who is this? So who would like to, first of all, is there someone who would like to speak with us today? And who is coming through? Oh, Bill, why are you so sad? So someone is coming through, someone who's feeling sad, Bill, okay? So, you know, sometimes, because the story hasn't been told. Someone's been holding on, trying to tell the story. So there's a spirit here with us tonight who's been trying to tell the story. So, boo, it's my birthday today. It's November 17, and it's like the middle of the night. And this is what I do. This is the kind of company I keep. This kind of life I lead as a witchpreneur, travelpreneur, sorceress. This is what I do. It's the best company sometimes, I got to tell you. It is someone who's been holding on to a story for a long time. The Nine of Wands and the Five of Cups. There's sadness and mourning here. Perhaps someone who, you know, someone who came to, you know, like most of the souls here, you know, there's just a lot of soldiers. There's a lot of, you know, I feel them. I hear them. I hear the soldiers. I hear them, their song. There's a lot going on. Okay, so what was your job, please? Who are you? Oh, Bill. Why are you so sad? So this is a complicated story that's coming through. I did a couple other readings before. There's one I did. I actually recorded another video like this for you before, but I didn't end up posting it because it was kind of, it made me sad. But I might post it for you. This is a bit of a more complicated story. This is a woman of prominence coming through. Okay, So, you know, there's a lot of soldiers here in the room today, like for sure. Maybe you'll see it from, you know, see something from the corner of your eye. There's a lot of shadows here, but it's okay. They're protective shadows, but there's a lot of shadows here. And there's a lot of soldiers around me, a lot of masculine energy, but this is a woman who's coming through. I felt her before tonight. There's a woman who's coming through, a woman of prominence. A woman of prominence, a woman in a position of prominence who was deeply betrayed by something or someone here in this, you know, in Gibraltar at some point. It's a wide history, so I'll try and find out kind of, you know, what period this was in. But she's coming through as a queen, Queen of Pentacles. It was either a queen or a ruler or, you know, someone's, you know, the spouse of a governor. Were you royalty? It was someone who was very important here either way. It was, let's see. Yeah, someone really wants to connect. So she is wanting to connect. This is not a soldiering energy per se, although, you know, she's probably connected to a soldiering family or a siege or a time when there were sieges, but she's coming through. She's trying to connect. It's almost like she is trying to connect with us. You know, this is a portal. The Four of Wands is a portal, so she's trying to connect to the other side. There's a sense of homecoming or a message that she wants to convey. It's something she wasn't able to tell anyone when it went down. Some kind of a horrible betrayal. Maybe she was betrayed by a family member or soldiers here, or perhaps there was a rival army coming through. And they did something really unethical because, you know, in war there are rules. Someone broke a rule. She's been holding on to this. It's almost like this feminine energy that's coming through is someone who had a brave and true heart. You waited and waited. What were you waiting for? It's fate. For someone to come or for something to come. They never did. And the Five of Cups, grave disappointment. So yeah, so she waited and she waited, but nobody ever came because she was betrayed. Who betrayed you, boo-boo? Okay. Okay, and we'll... Oh, boo-boo. This is such a complicated energy, boo-boo. This is, so this, what's coming through is someone, it's like she is connected, in her life, she was connected. This is going to sound so like almost fictional. I'll do some research after. I'm going to have to research the story if it's coming through like historically. But there was a woman who lived in Gibraltar at some point here. We'll see. It could have been the deep, deep past. We'll see when. But it was like she waited and she waited and she waited. And what her job here was to deal with life and death. It was a life and death job. And it was to do with the other side. Ace of Pentacles and the Judgment card here. So whatever she did, whatever she was doing, she was presiding over something. She was someone of prominence and power in Gibraltar. Either a ruler, the wife of a ruler, or you know, probably the daughter of a prominent family. But I do feel like she was betrayed by another person, and quite possibly another feminine energy is coming through, someone who betrayed her. She waited and waited and waited. I'd have to research the story. Sometimes the stories it's not as straightforward because this is a very complicated story that's coming through. But it is someone who was connected to the other side. I don't think, you know, obviously historically, you know how it was. I don't think if she had witchy powers, I don't think she could show them. But I think there's something here about she did bring people back from the dead. So she could have been someone with healing powers. Maybe she worked as a nurse or as a healer. And obviously, you know, being a woman of prominence, historically, she would have had the ability to, you know, read and write, and she would have had knowledge of books and writing and magic. But there's a lot of kind of liminal space stuff here. The Four of Wands. This is a woman who was connected to the other side. She could see things other people didn't, but she waited and waited and waited, and nobody came, and that was the betrayal. How did you die, Bill? Oh my God. Yes. So she was it during the siege? Yes. She waited and waited and waited. Perhaps there was a woman of prominence, you know, perhaps this was at a time when another queen in another country. Look, Gibraltar belonged to pretty much everyone, to Spain, to to the Moors, to the Neanderthals, like to everyone at some point in history. So I do feel like perhaps it was a woman who waited for her people to come and help her during a siege. Soldiers came from a different country, from the land, so perhaps Spanish soldiers appeared and she was captured here. Look at her. I feel like this is how she died, the Eight of Swords. She was probably captured and imprisoned or tortured, Bibil. And it was a very, very sad, sad thing. Tell me more about this woman and what kind of betrayal it was. Oh my God. A person of authority betrayed her. It was not a good situation. There's a person of authority who betrayed her, but there was patriarchal authority here as well. The emperor is coming through, as well as this woman, the Three of Cups. So a friend, I feel like a friend betrayed her. She was betrayed by a friend, but also ultimately the person responsible for her demise was someone in power who was a man. So let's see. Oh, Bibil. Wowzers, you tune into that necromancy reading and all the soap operas come through. So we should probably ask this Bibil, what time period was this, my lady? Was it the century? Okay, so I do feel like it's, oh my gosh, and the tower. So there's the Devil's Tower here. So, you know, in Gibraltar, there is a place called Devil's Tower. It's not too far from where I live. The Devil's Tower, it's like a landmark. It no longer stands, but it was a Neolithic monument. So we get the Four of Cups here. I think it was the 4th century, the 300s AD maybe. You know, whoever was here at the time, if there are records of this, I'm going to check this out. You know, this is very, very like, you know, the Dark Ages before the Middle Ages, 10 of Pentacles. This woman was deeply betrayed, and she is wanting to convey that message to us. It's something she hasn't been able to say in a long time. Perhaps she was embroiled. So what was the nature of the betrayal, Bibil? What were you waiting for? Oh, Bibil. So there is always a love story, because I do feel like some of these spirits, you know, in the background of the stories, I'm going to cry again and then it's going to be pointless. Okay. There's always a love story at the kind of, you know, in the background of things. There was a betrayal. There was some intrigue here. Whatever was going on politically here, there was this girl had a false front. She was in a position of authority. There was some kind of an army coming through Gibraltar or something. There was, you know, something going on. Some kind of enemy, maybe a battle or enemies coming through. She was waiting for someone to come. It was her lover to come and save her, or to come and get her, or something like that. This was thwarted, however. The King of Swords, you know, a knight in shining armor who never arrived because of the betrayal of a friend. Perhaps this woman was exposed. She could have had an illicit affair with a soldier or someone she shouldn't have been, you know, because of her status, quite possibly someone she shouldn't have been in love with as well. And either in her father, a father figure, or a husband who was much older, probably imprisoned her because of this. I feel like it's the 4th century. I could be wrong. Could be the 4th or the 14th century. Something was going on here. I'm going to research this, Bibu, and let you know later, but this is kind of what I'm getting. So am I on the right track, Bibu? Am I on the right track? Was your love your husband, or was this another man? Yes, this was another man. So I feel like this woman was betrayed maybe by another family member, the Queen of Swords, you know, a woman who, yeah. A woman who was deeply hurt. So maybe, you know, maybe the enemy was within here. Maybe, so maybe I'll backtrack here a little bit, Bibu, and then, you know, we'll see if this is borne out in any records here in Gibraltar. There was a woman of prominence who lived here in Gibraltar who's coming through. She wants to tell us her story because no one's told her story before. And she is willing to do this with us and be on YouTube because she is really wanting to tell the story. Oh, Bibu. She was deeply betrayed by a close friend or family member, quite possibly another feminine energy. because she was in love with someone. It was forbidden love. She was a woman who had healing powers, or maybe she had magical learning or magical knowledge, which at the time she was using, you know, in a slightly witchy way, but probably she couldn't be super open about it. So she is one of us, Bill. She is one of us. And either her husband or her father found out about this love she had, and she was betrayed. She waited and waited for help. She waited and waited maybe for her lover to return, but he never did because they were both betrayed. Perhaps he also was seized or something like that, this King of Swords. And either her father or husband imprisoned her, and she was probably either left to die in a prison or probably sent away somewhere. Something quite bad happened to her. We'll see. But I feel like that was how she died. So, you know, she either died in prison or she was punished or executed. Oh, boo-boo. It could have also been at a time of war. So, you know, maybe she was left here by, you know, her family, or left here by, you know, if she belonged to a ruling class. I'm not sure, but I feel like she could have been like, you know, a princess or a queen, or someone like that. Or the daughter or wife of a governor, and, you know, maybe they just left her here to be taken during a siege or something like that. And, you know, this man who she loved never came for her because he probably was also captured, or he was misinformed as to the situation. But these two people were divine counterparts and soulmates. They were separate. Oh, this is so sad. And they were separated. Oh, Bill, you cannot make this up. Like, this kind of tarot is very deep, and it can be quite moving. Let's see what this Bill wants to tell us. Let me get another deck. Okay. I get too emotional. Please show me, my friend. What do you want to tell my blue angels? What happened to this man? He was taught a lesson. Did he also perish here? He did not perish. There is something really, it's a horrible story. I feel like this girl, this woman, was in love with someone, and she waited and waited for that person to come, and that person either was told that she had already died, or there was nothing he could do about her fate. Something was not right here. There was some kind of deception going on, and he, it's almost like he just continued living. He continued living in the way that, you know, as a soldier, or he kept, like, he went away somewhere. It could have been maybe, if it's the 14th century, could have still been maybe some of the crusade stuff going through. And I feel like he just never really moved on. You got the 9 of Coins here and the Hierophant. So he went back to whatever tradition he came from, you know, whatever he used to do before. Maybe he kept looking for her. Her message to us is the Chariot. So, you know, follow your dream, boo-boo. Keep going, keep moving, don't stop, and follow your dream. And go find the love, you know, go find the love that you seek. You have the power to manifest whatever you want. This is also, you know, the card of magic. I do feel like this woman was very magical. I think she was a sorceress or a witch of some kind, or a magician. What did this man think happened to you? This man wasn't aware. He wasn't 100% aware of what had happened to her. He probably didn't know. Maybe there were questions regarding what happened to her. She could have just disappeared one day. But she waited and waited for help, and it never came. And maybe she wondered, you know, it's very sad, because maybe she wondered at the end of her life in that prison why he never came. Why he never came to, you know, save her or something like that. Oh, Bill. But the message is very simple. You are the magic, and you should go and pursue the love that you seek, the true love that is meant for you. I'm going to ask her now what she needs me to do for her, if she needs me to assist her in anything. What would you like me to do for you, Bill? She wants me to do some magic for her. This is for after the video. I'm going to do some magic for you, Bill. Maybe she had, yeah, maybe she has a message to convey. Yeah. And the star at the bottom of the deck. So the magician and the star is just like, it's magic, magic, magic. Maybe she needs some assistance because she does come from a witchy tradition. She is one of us, and she needs, maybe she just needs to be seen, needs to be heard. So now what I'm going to do, so like with all these readings, I do always ask, you know, what they need from me. Is there anything else you want to say to my blue angels? And then we'll finish off the video, and then I'll do the ritual, any ritual she needs me to do for her. Listen to your heart, Bibil. Listen to your heart. Go pursue. That Queen of Swords keeps coming through, Bibil. She just keeps showing up as a secondary. This woman went through a lot. She had to fight so hard in her life, and then in the end she was deceived and she was betrayed anyway. You know, Bibil, follow your heart, follow your love. Don't let false friends or false, sometimes we're our own false friend, you know. Don't let false things get in the way of your true happiness, and remember that the magic is within you and you are the magic, and you can manifest that love, that beauty that you seek, Bibil. Live your best life while you can. Okay, I think this is where we're going to end. These, I was hoping that it would be a more simple reading today, but I've felt this feminine energy coming through for a while. She's been trying to talk to me for a while. I am going to end this here for us, and I'm going to do some magic with the spirit now, and speak to the spirit and ask what else the spirit requires. Then I'll do some work on that. So Bibu, thank you for joining me. Also, thank you to the spirit that has come through. I'll let you know what I find, if there's any records regarding these time periods, or and if there was some kind of a, you know, probably we won't find out if there was a tragic love story, but if there was or were women of prominence at a specific time period, and if they maybe, you know, disappeared or were imprisoned. Thank you for spending your time with me today, my darling Bibu. This is Necromancy in practice. Welcome to my life. Again, happy birthday to me, baby. I'll see you next time. Stay sparkly, stay gorgeous, stay moisturized, and may the angels protect you.